it is important for us to take care of our body, because this is the only body we have to stay on this earth, and that is why it's important what we put in it. Hi everyone, it's Sylvia Mokolo here. Today I want us to discuss what is on your plate. What do you put on your plate when you want to have a meal? I know that there are different diets and different ways that they tell you to eat, but today I'm not basing it on any diet, because I I I I do not like diets. But I'm basing it on what should really be on your plate when you're eating, what should give your body the nutrients it needs. And I've just said one of them by saying that. And that is what we want to discuss today. When you want to have a meal, what do you look out for when you're writing your shopping list? When you're first of all writing your meal plan, what do you look out for? What do you include in your meals? What do you then include in your shopping list for you to prepare those meals? Because I want to assume that you are going to prepare the meals. Um, so what do you look out for? And number one thing I'll say is have nutrient based food. When you're planning your meals, make sure you have meal foods that will bring you the right nutrients that your body needs. Make sure you have whole foods, less processed food, more whole foods, because that's what your body needs. That's what you need to thrive. I don't know if you might have noticed, if you don't have a meal that is if you have a meal that is deficient, is not doesn't have enough nutrients in it, is full of processed food, and that means it's lost all its nutrients because it's gone through a lot of processes before it even got to your plate, and you just got it from a jar into the microwave and you had it. There's a difference when you have that kind of meal, and there's a difference when you have home cooked or freshly cut made meals. There's always a difference. Just probably that should be an assignment for you. Try it. Go and get a jar microwave food. Put it. Have that meal probably in the morning or in the afternoon, and then in the evening cook a meal and have it and see the difference. How you feel. How you get full. Because those foods contain less sugar and less salt. It's not the processed food. They have to keep it, the shelf life long enough for it to get to you in good condition. So it contains salt and sugar, which too much of it is not good for you. So when you're planning, having a meal plan, you're making up a meal plan for whole foods. What kind of whole foods can I have on my plate? And plan for nutrient based foods. What are the nutrients I'm looking to have on my plate? What are the proteins I want to have? What is the carbs I want to have on my plate? What is the fat I want to have on my plate? Plan it well. What do I want to have on my plate? And the last is your veggies. It might be the last, but it's the important one, because that is your greens, and that is what your body needs to grow, to develop. And so when you plan your meals based on these, you can't go wrong. When you plan your meals based on whole foods, based on less processed food, based on nutrient dense foods, have your green veggies, have your veggies just on your plate as well. When you plan your food, when you plan your food that way, it makes for a balanced meal, and it brings about you nourishing your body in the right way. it reduces cravings because you're giving your body all the nutrients that it needs, um, you know, to enable you function in the way that you should function. Give yourself the energy that you need to think, to run around with the kids, to do house chores and to do your work, whatever you want to do, and you need to nourish your body, and you need to give your body the right healthy fats, carbs, protein, the right combination for you to function your best. So that is what I want to discuss today, that um, let's be conscious of what we put on our plate. Let's be conscious from the planning of the meal to the shopping. Look at the ingredients behind the things you want to buy. Are they things that you can recognize? Are the ingredients things that you can recognize? Because if they're made up of a lot of chemical stuffs that you can't recognize, it's just best for you to leave it on the shelf, and base your cooking and your meal plan and your shopping on whole foods, on ingredients that you can recognize in the label, when you're shopping. So it is important for us to take care of our body, because this is the only body we have to stay on this earth, and that is why it's important what we put in it, and because from what we put in it we can grow. That's how we develop, so I hope that you found this useful. I hope you start having that thought process on what is on my plate right now. What am I having? What is the healthy fat on my plate? What is the protein? What is are there so much processed food on my plate right now? What is my timetable of a meal plan, a weekly meal plan? What does it consist of? How am I giving myself the right nutrients? I want us to start thinking that way, because the more you think that way, the more you come up with a meal plan that would nourish your body and give you the energy that you need to be, the best version of yourself. I hope that you found this useful, and we will chat later. Bye.